The abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town had always been a subject of curiosity and fear for the locals. Stories of paranormal experiences and ghost sightings had been circulating for years, but no one dared to venture near it after dark. One day, a group of friends, including Jane, Sarah, and Michael, decided to explore the abandoned mansion. They had heard that the mansion was haunted by the ghost of a wealthy businessman who had died under mysterious circumstances. As they entered the mansion, they were greeted by the musty smell of dampness and decay. The furniture was covered in a thick layer of dust, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. As they walked deeper into the mansion, they heard strange noises and whispers. Suddenly, Sarah screamed as she saw a shadowy figure moving across the room. Jane and Michael rushed to her side and saw the figure disappearing behind a closed door. With trembling hands, they slowly pushed open the door and found themselves in a room filled with antique furniture and a portrait of the deceased businessman on the wall. As they approached the portrait, they heard a low whisper that said, "Get out, or you will never leave." The friends were frightened and tried to leave the mansion, but they found that all the doors and windows had been locked from the outside. They were trapped in the mansion, and the ghostly presence seemed to be getting stronger with each passing moment. The temperature dropped, and they heard eerie sounds that sent shivers down their spines. They huddled together in fear, not knowing what to do. After what seemed like hours, they heard a voice calling out to them. It was a group of paranormal investigators who had been investigating the mansion for several days. They had come to the mansion to investigate the strange occurrences, but they too were trapped inside. Together, the group tried to find a way out of the mansion, but every door and window was locked tight. As they huddled together in the living room, they heard a loud banging on the front door. The door creaked open, and they saw the ghostly figure of the businessman standing in front of them. They screamed in terror and cowered in a corner as the ghostly figure approached them. But, to their surprise, the figure walked past them and vanished into thin air. The friends and the investigators were stunned by the experience, but they were relieved to find that the doors and windows had opened, and they were able to leave the mansion. As they left the mansion, they were still in shock and disbelief over what they had experienced. They had all witnessed a paranormal encounter that they would never forget. The abandoned mansion was still haunted, but they had survived the encounter, and they would never forget the ghostly presence that had lingered in the mansion.